You're out, sure.
Yeah. See, now you've said it.
Right, today you can see we are sporting the new his and hers matching waders. We're actually waiting for the tide to go down, believe it or not. And then we're going to go down, and it's actually the abalone season, so we're going to be hopefully going to find a few, just for a feed really. That's all we want, is enough for a cook-up to, Rebecca's never tried them, so we want to try that. Anyway, today's video is going to be on some pots that we're building for next year. I say next year, it's actually this year now. Yeah, some new pots which are going to be like prawn ones, lobster ones. So we've got different designs, and we're going to take them out and put them in the ocean in the coming year when the boat goes down. So it's a lot on the builds of those days, just shortened so it's not all drawn out. And then at the end of that, there's going to be a little selection of outtakes from last year's videos where things didn't necessarily go according to plan. Now, there is going to be some strong language in that little section at the end. You're all right until the end when the outtakes come. Then there might be some strong language. So you have been warned. Anyway, let's get on to take a look at the pots that Rebecca and I have spent the last few days working on in the shed. Right, well, we finished with this prototype pot. We're going to be doing some more other pots as well. But this is, I'll just sort of show, this is the one you may have seen on the previous video we made. So basically you've got your entrance here. Now this is like one of these. Now obviously we haven't cut the whole of this out. We've only cut a small hole big enough for prawns to go through this time. And we've put it in the end to make it easier for prawns to come up and just walk in without having to climb on top of pots where obviously predators and things, it might be very uncomfortable coming up very high. So they can come in through there and go through that there. I've also put another one there. This is so you can get your hand in there and open it. It's just a bung almost, so we can just pull that out, take the catch out. But at the same time, I have put this in here and use this because I can cut a hole in there and make another entrance if I feel we need another entrance, if we need more than one entrance. So we're going to try it first of all with a single entrance. We may switch and put a double entrance on. I don't know yet. Like I say, it's all a test. This net here that's over this is just protecting the net underneath, because obviously this net can get torn a lot easier on barnacles, that kind of thing, sharp rocks. So I've got a double layer of it, so if we do damage part of it, it's still protected, and we've got that to protect the net. This is like a bumper. As you pull the pot off the bottom, it's going to do that, so we don't want to smash the edge there. We've got protection on the bottom like that, so we don't damage the bottom, and hopefully it'll catch a few prawns. We'll see. I'm going to make another one actually like this, slightly bigger. We're going to do it the same idea and do one for lobster, so just as a test. And we'll do another prawn pot as well, probably similar idea. We might just do it with top entrances and we'll see how that one goes. Like I say, it's all about having a bit of fun and mucking around and just trying new things. I mean, I could have cut this net away, but I didn't see there was any point because the prawns can fit through there. It might just help stop the lady crabs and things going to the entrance and blocking it up when the prawns want to come in. And of course you've got a little carry handle so you can take it down the beach, off up here, wherever you like. It's already weighted. I've got a couple of heavy bits of steel in there, so it's good to go. Well, as you can see, we're in the process of building another pot. We're going to be doing several pots this year. I just thought, let's go to town. I need to build a few new ones. I'm going to be building some of the original ones, which you'll see back here, the big trap ones, just a few spares to make up for any that we've decommissioned or damaged ones that were taken out of service. And we're also going to be doing a few different things. Now, you've seen we did a prawn pot, and now we're doing something completely different. What we're going to do is we're going to build a big crab pot. And when I say a big crab, this is mostly for crab. We don't have any traps or anything in it. It's just going to be like that. This is kind of it. We've made a start. It's basically 4 bars, the frame. It'll have angle iron in the bottom as the weights. Or it's like an old trailer that we decommissioned. Video on that somewhere if you want to have a look at that. And we're putting in a crab pot neck. Now the neck is only going to be a flower pot, this thing. I have used these in the past. And the reason being is they're bigger than a standard neck. With a standard neck, they're hard, stiff necks. And they're 8" across here. So you can only get a crab, whatever. But an oval neck makes more sense because a crab is not a round neck. You know, a crab is flat, quite flat. So crab will walk through here. But this is 2 inches bigger. So any crab that's 2 inches bigger. And I think the biggest spiders you get in a crab pot, or a standard one, are around £6. I believe they'll grow to around 7 or so. I don't know if they get much bigger. I've never caught one. My biggest is 6.5 pounds, and that was caught in a crab wheel, so that goes to show because it wouldn't go in a pot. So this will get those slightly bigger ones if they're out there. And we're making it into a really big pot because you need the room if you're going to catch really big crab. And yeah, I mean, it's also designed as well. It will catch lobster, hopefully. So this is the next production. We're going to be using recycled net, some old net. We're not going to be using new net on it because it is just literally going to be for crab. It's not expected to catch lobster, although I'm pretty sure it will still catch lobster because I know we've had big pots in the past and they do. So we're just finishing building it now. And well, we'll basically show you when we've netted it up or put the bars in. This is what this is all about. We just ripped some wood down for bars here. And yeah, we'll show you what it's like. And then we're going to be building some more pots. We're doing another prawn one, and I'm thinking of a crab one, a completely different design, but I'll show you that when we start on that one. Right, back to the pot. So there we go. By the power of editing, the crab pot is finished. We've got, looks like that. Right, so as far as the bait goes, we're not going to put the bait on the neck and that. We've actually got a bait bag in here. It's angled because we're trying to keep the bait away from there, and we're trying to keep it away from here so that they can't climb up the bait bag and out. But basically all it is you'll see here there's a hook. You pull the hook up, you lift that up, you push your bait inside the bag, and then you just take the hook back like that, and then just hook it onto the net down there, and it's closed and they can't get into the bait. And we've also used angle iron to weigh this. This is from the old trailer that we cut up. You may have seen the video for that where I chopped up an old trailer a friend brought round. So we've got angle iron in there, and there's a little bit of pipe at the end here which I've moulded round just because, as you'll see here, when we put the rope on, when you've got a rope tied to this, because this might be just a single pot on a single rope, I might not truce it to start with, but as you see here, you get this where it's a little bit like where the rope can pull on it. But when you go this side, it's much, much heavier because we've got an extra bar at the base of the rope. So I always put a little bit of extra weight where the rope ties on. That way it'll just stop the pot lifting, moving, and stopping things from wanting to climb on it. We're going to try and catch some really big spider crabs. And then later on when the spiders have moved off, we'll push it out into the deeps and see if we can get some real big brown crab, like monsters. Well, we'll try anyway. But there you go. We'll get the results of this. When we get the boat back down, we'll have this out. We'll probably have this one out quite early because it is designed for the crab. And that's what we'll be sort of targeting straight away, will be the big spiders. And we'll see how we get on with it. Like I said, we haven't made it too big because obviously if you make a huge pot, you've got to get that in your boat. If it's full. And I've seen crabs or crab pots years ago with my father that were literally full to the neck. And one, we just could not lift it. We had to sit there emptying. I think there was 45 crabs or something in it. So, yeah, so we're trying to avoid that a little bit as well. But hopefully this will hopefully catch some record-sized spider crabs. We will find out. And another pot in production. So we started on this one. This is a little bit like that little one we did, but we're going to do it as a lobster one. This, so I'm trying to keep it really small. There's a plan for this one in the future, and I'll tell you about it more in the future. But we're testing at the moment this one. There will be design changes possibly later on this, but for now, this is the prototype. So the idea of this is you get the lobsters will go straight in the end here, into here, won't be able to get out. That's the plan. If that fails, then we can always switch the neck to here. In fact, we will have a neck in here. What we'll have is, we'll have like a blank one like this, and that'll just go in, and that'll be the where we can empty it. We can empty it through there as well with your hand, but this one we'll be able to pull it out and tip the pot out if we need to tip any small crabs out or anything like that. So for now, I'm going to try it like this, through there. We've used chunking bolts on 20mm Alcathene, and we've bolted it through. That's purely so I don't use wood. I'm trying to keep at least buoyancy down in this as possible, because I want it to sink, but I don't want it with lots of weight. And of course, on a small part, adding all this wood just makes a lot of wood, which is unnecessary for this particular one. Being smaller, you can use these bars. When the pots get really big, they can be a bit too flexible, so that's why we've done it like this. Anyway, let's fast forward and see this pot finished. And we're back. Now, we finished it. Looks like that. I say it's finished. I haven't quite done that. That's got to go in there. We've just got to put the bait bag in, tie that in there, and then that'll go in there. Now, at the moment, that's going to stay blank, like that, and we're going to be testing it with this end. And then after we've done it or baited it and dropped it a few times with this open, we'll see how it catches. Then what we'll do is we'll take like one of these, we'll bung up the hole like that, just a zip tie, push that one in with a hole in it, and then we'll test it with the top entrance as well. And we'll compare how both do. The idea is we're going to be trying to make a pot, or we've made a pot, trying to make it as small as we can, because in the end, you can make a giant pot, but I mean, it will catch a lot of lobsters. Most times, you're only going to get a couple of lobsters or oversized at a time. And we know small pots will take 2 lobsters at a time as well. And of course, if it's very small like this, it's so easy to use. You know, you can carry a whole bunch of these down your car, or even throw it off the beach, off the shore. So like I said, this is a big test on this one. You've also seen we made the prawn pot. We've got the big crab pot, which you just saw just prior to this one. And we will be making a few more, testing them out this year, and then you'll get to see the results when we lift them in the videos, and we'll see which one works best, and can we make a really, really small lobster pot that we can save on resources and, you know, nice and easy to carry even off a beach or wherever. We'll find out. Hi guys! I mean, look at the size of these mackerel. I turned the camera off again because the battery's getting a bit low, and you know, gotta catch those moments. Mackerel. I've had a mackerel or 2 here before, so. Fucking hook around. Wow, that went in right in the corner. The hook wasn't in the fish, it was on the back of its tail. Right. Well, that's going to be dinner. Possibly would have caught it if I'd had my bigger lures on, but I've got the small ones on for the mackerel, so. And we lost it. Oh, man. I even was letting the line off the reel and clicked the bait up. Things are down there, something big's having a snap all the time. Come on! Whoa, big waves. Can't pull this pot clear. Let's get this pot out of here before we carry on. Let me have a look at it. somebody's made a crab pot, but they haven't weighted it properly. Seriously. Well, I don't know what's going on with that. Let's have a closer look at it. What to do, because I've got no weights to put in it to drop it. I know it's not one of mine because it's got 2x4. I thought it was for a second. Let's have a look. Yeah, look, it's got no weights in it. They've obviously lost the weights in the pot. Oh, they're going to need to do something about that. Luckily, it's near a bobber, so it shouldn't be a hazard because there's a bobber. There's a couple of bobbers on the right of it. The rocks. People don't go over those rocks really much. So I just saw it. I thought, what the heck's that over there? I thought it was just a bit of floating wood, but yeah, you're going to need more weight in it than that.